Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We dug deep into our recipe stash and we're bringing back the retro no bake cookie. And this is kind of a hybrid between a cookie and fudge. And if you love those little chocolatey peanut butter cups, you're going to love this recipe. We're going to go ahead and bring our little pot over to the stove and we're going to add a half of a cup of milk. And we're going to add half of a stick of butter, and however you measure that, half a stick or 4 tablespoons or a quarter of a cup. Now before we add any more ingredients, we want to start to get our butter melting, so we're going to turn on our heat to about a medium, maybe a little higher than medium, but just keep that whisk going so we don't have any kind of scorching or sticking of anything. From here, we're going to add a half of a cup of cocoa powder and give it a little stir to combine. And then we're going to add 1.5 cups of granulated sugar. And again, we want to give this a good whisk to make sure everything is combined and not just sitting on the bottom, because we're going to bring this up to a boil and let it boil for 3 minutes. You can turn your heat up a little bit. I wouldn't turn it all the way up on high because that just sounds like it's asking for trouble. And while you're waiting on this to come up to a boil, you can go ahead and throw out a piece of parchment paper on your counter, or you can line your muffin tin with some little paper muffin cups, because once this comes together, it will set up really fast. Once you start to see some nice large bubbles forming, we're going to set our timer for 3 minutes. When our 3-minute timer goes off, we want to turn the burner completely off at this point. We don't need any more heat under our pot. And then we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. And we're going to start with a half of a cup of peanut butter. If you'd like, you can actually spray your measuring cup with a little bit of non-stick spray, and this will help the peanut butter come out much easier. Before you try to incorporate the peanut butter, it's easier if you kind of let it sit in that really hot chocolatey goodness for a little bit, and then that way it can start to melt and break down. Next, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then we're going to give it a stir to get all of this thoroughly combined before we add our last ingredient, which is going to be 3 cups of quick oats, and it needs to be quick oats. This will allow your cookies to set up from the residual heat. The quick oats will absorb the moisture and set up easier than regular rolled oats, I would guess. I've never tried this before, so if you try it with regular oats, definitely comment below and let me know how it goes. From this point, once you get your oats thoroughly combined and stirred into your chocolatey peanut buttery mixture, things will start to set up fairly fast. It's not like it'll set up in a couple seconds, but you definitely want to make sure you have your lined tin ready, or even I've done these cookies most of the time on just a piece of parchment paper, and I'll drop them onto the parchment like little drop cookies. And like I said, they kind of have a hybrid between a cookie and a fudgy kind of texture. And it's truly delicious for how fast it comes together and with minimal ingredients. So if you're someone who likes chocolate, peanut buttery, yummy goodness things, I definitely want you to try this recipe because I know you'll love it. Now from here, the only thing you really have to do is resist the temptation of eating them before they have cooled. And that's really all there is to it. So I think it's obvious that you definitely need to give these a try. I think we've established that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.